Liz is back!
Hello. Today, I've got something that's so special. It's a little myofascial release. We're gonna focus on the knees. That's the area that most people have problems with. And I want to talk to you a little
Myofascial release is code for...
Oh, right. So myofascial release is self-massage.
There we go.
Yes. So it
sounds dirty otherwise.
It's sexy and empowering and delicious is how I like to describe it. This is it. So, and it's a lot of people will use foam rollers or lacrosse balls. And if you can see, it's got this nice squishy density, which is great. So it's appropriate to use.
You can use a tennis ball.
Yeah, a tennis ball, but anything more firm can. We want to stay within an intensity that's.
This is a lacrosse ball, and that's a little too much.
Oh my gosh. So you can see the difference in densities here. This, a lot of people use this, but this might be a little bit too dense, all right? So we're gonna be a little bit more smart about our myofascial release, our self-massage, and I'm gonna show you how to target the knee.
Liz is eventually gonna sell her own version of that, so I'll put that.
Yeah, buy my balls.
Whenever she gets it out, we'll put it in the bio.
So you find your knee joint, then you find the squishy muscle above your knee joint. This is your IT band. And we're going to put it right there and then smush it. So there's a couple of versions you can do here. You can smush it here and start to just extend and flex your knee. But I like to be a little bit more casual with it, a little bit more leisurely. So I'm going to lay down. Use my top leg to stack on top, add a little bit of added pressure, and then, whoo, buddy, there we go.
Do you know that is like my tightest muscle on the planet, and I didn't know you could do that?
Did you know that this is often very tight because there's a little baby muscle here called the tensor fascia lata.
Yeah, that's tight too.
Yeah, and so oftentimes that's tight because the rest of the muscles that are supposed to be extending and flexing the hip are like, I'm gonna take a nap. And that TFL is like, guys, I got this. I can handle this. And it just pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls and pulls on this beautiful fascia. Makes it super tight.
And what do you call it again? The tarsal fascia latte?
Yeah. Sounds like a coffee order, right? The tensor fascia latte. The TFL, if you will. And so what we're going to do is I'm just going to start to move this up 1 inch at a time. Get kisses from Bo. Oh, hello, superstar.
Okay, he's like, I have not gotten my screen time.
All right, there he is. Come here, Bo.
How much come on this side of her?
Come here.
Come here.
Oh, sweetie. And so I'm feeling this is quite intense.
There you go. There's your buddy.
And so it's important. Oh, this is so perfect. It's important to keep the intensity at a 7 out of 10. Right around there. So too little is good, but not good enough. And too much is you can do harm. And so we want to keep that intensity at a 7. And so you can take off some weight, and that feels like a 5 right now. But once I add this, it's right at a 7. So I'm just going to keep working my way up the side seam of my leg. Now your body, your brain has a map of the body. I like to think that it looks like one of those wireless maps, like the cell phone, cell reception maps you see on the commercials. And so when you first wake up in the morning, or if you're otherwise disconnected from your body, that the map of your body looks like, I don't know, like T-Mobile or something. You got like spotty coverage. But when you engage, when you put pressure on your body, using techniques like myofascial release, when you experience those sensations, that part of your body will light up that map of your brain. And all of a sudden, once you're done doing this practice, you got Verizon. You got a Verizon map. You got incredible, unlimited coverage.
Wow. Are you getting endorsed by Verizon over T-Mobile? Did T-Mobile do something terrible to you recently?
No. So let's continue working up. You can also, so you've got this whole side of your leg to work with. So don't feel like you need to stay within this line. Sometimes I like to push my knee down towards the ground to get the kind of the front of my knee, which is awesomely, terribly delicious as well. And so we're just trying to pin and stretch, make some space in the fascia. my class is called the release, but what's happening is we're not really releasing anything. That's a common misconception, and I kind of wish I didn't name my class that, but it's sexy and I like it. And it gets people in the door. That's what matters. But just to kind of debunk that myth, we're not releasing any muscles. We're just increasing our body's awareness.
I'm trying to get sorry for this bump.
Oh,
I'm trying to get the camera so that I can get down there closer.
Oh, yes. Get all the details, for sure.
Hold on, pause for 1 second. I'm actually...
Okay.
Because I'm going to do a little jump cut here. This should not... Oh, I forgot this tilts. All right, we're back.
Okay.
Insane.
So...
There, I can get lower.
There we go. So here, pinning and stretching. We're just making space, so we're making awareness in the body of this particular body part. So oftentimes we have pain because this patella will not track correctly, because all of these muscles may not be working together how they're supposed to work together for a properly functioning knee. So when I use this pressure and I wake up that part of the body, oftentimes all of the muscles turn on and they start working together in coordination, in symphony, and my knee pain is then limited. It's decreased, which is awesome. Here's another little knee love that you can do. So you put it right back in your knee pit, if you will, and you're going to sit back and keep it at a level 7 intensity.
It's like you're cracking a walnut.
You just crack the walnut. And then you can wiggle your little booty back and forth to kind of mush back there. Now this is a very sensitive spot. It is, not only am I touching the hamstrings in the back of my leg, but I'm also smushing the gastroc, so my calf muscles. So you've got a couple of foot plantar flexors down there that can often get tight, or we can be unaware of them. We put our feet in foot coffins all day, shoes, and oftentimes they have a little heel riser. And so most of our shoes have a rise in the heel, kind of cushions our heel for when we're walking on the very hard ground. But that puts our Achilles tendon on it shortens our Achilles tendon. So when we're walking through our day, we're kind of walking with our heels up in the air. That can make a lot of tightness in the back of the calves. So oftentimes our bodies are so unfamiliar with the true range of motion of our ankle joint. And so that can lead to a whole bunch of problems with just awareness and movement of the body. So right now we're just waking up that calf. I like to move this. We have a medial and a lateral side, inside and outside. So I like to move it all around in the back. You can kind of feel where you need it when you get that kind of that hurts so good type of sensation. So I'm going to return to the spot. For me, the outside of my calf is a little bit more tight all the time, every time. And often that has to do with the way that I walk, whatever that way is. Maybe I walk like a duck, I don't know.
But you're always wearing like sneakers. This is not
Yeah.
I mean, females who wear, anybody who wears heels.
My shoes were real cute yesterday. That's probably why
And
my calves feel this way.
If you do wear any kind of heel, to your point, that's even harder on your
Oh my
foot.
gosh, it's terrible. I know. I preach barefoot mechanics, and then I wear my cheetah print 3-inch heels, so it's all about balance,
That's important.
Yeah, it is important.
Cheetah print's important once in a while.
Yes. Okay, so the last knee release we're going to do is for the very front of the knee. And so we're going to so here's my kneecap. We're going to take it right above the kneecap into the top part of my quads. So.
Man, I've seen a lot of moves. You've just on the knee. I love how specific we are.
Yes. And so this one's a little bit more complicated. So what you're going to do is I'm taking this and I'm pinning it down, and then I'm lifting my hips up to create this downward pressure. See, it's kind of lifting up the muscle and the skin of my quads. And then I'm going to kick my butt to stretch out that area. And this, for me, is pretty intense. So I do a lot of knee flexion. I do a lot of squats. I do a lot of moving every day. And this area can get really tight. I also cycle a lot. And so this area can get really tight. So I'm just kind of going across the very top of my quad here to, again, wake it up. I'm creating some hydration in the fascia I just heard my knee pop. That's really interesting. So we're making changes here at the muscular, the fascial level, lighting up that map of the knee in my brain. And so now when I go to work out, my body knows my knee. And so my body is less likely to get injured. So we're bulletproofing, we're injury-proofing the body through just awareness.
Nice.
Knowing the body, lighting up that map so that you got good cell coverage. We now have I have a Verizon knee instead of a T-Mobile knee.
I'm an AT&T guy.
You know?
You never brought that
Whatever
in.
that might be. Whatever that might be.
But I might have to go Verizon now.
One thing that's important when you're doing this is, and I'm just going to pause. I've shown you a lot of movement, but I'm going to pause right here on the inside of my knee because that's a place where it gets really tight. So I'm just going to kind of sink into it. Now, breath is important here. We're trying to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest nervous system. Oftentimes, we're in fight or flight mode, and so our muscles will be ready to go all the time. This practice is a really incredible way to not only connect to your body, but to also get your body to down-regulate, to tap into that slow rest and digest. And so through the breath alone, deep, intentional breathing, we can tap into that parasympathetic nervous system that allows everything to let the fuck go, to relax.
She just dropped the F-bomb.
And so if you find that as you're pressing in, and maybe you've had a massage like this, or maybe you've done something that if someone digs their elbow into something, you have to hold your breath and you're like, ooh, that's too much. That's too intense. That's going to get you nowhere. That's going to actually cause your muscles to reactively tighten up, which is the opposite of what you want. And so if you can just ease into it, be really moderate with the pressure, right? A 7 out of 10. It's like a 70%. It's like a C, right? C plus, C or a D, right? It's nothing special. It's not even a B, right? So we're just chilling out, and we're respecting the body, and we're easing and welcoming the release, welcoming the benefits of being more aware of our muscles. All right, that is the knee. My knee feels great. I want you to do this on your own. I'm gonna off camera do the other side, even myself out so I'm not walking around in circles all off center.
One longer leg than
totally,
the other.
just like
Liz, you rock.
You rock. Thank you.
Awesome. I can't wait to do it myself.
Yeah, it's delicious. You're gonna love it.
Delicious knee workout, myofascial release with Liz. Thanks, hon.
Thank you.
Hey, before you go, I just want to say I know you're serious about your health and fitness because you just finished that workout. And I want to give you a free gift to help you accelerate and crush those fitness goals. My name's Mason Vendewald, and I produced and directed P90X, Daily Burn, 10-Minute Trainer, and hundreds of other workouts, getting a gazillion people in the best shape of their lives. And now I want to help you do the same thing. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you as a free gift a MEGAMACE members only workout. It's a premium workout and there is no catch. All you have to do is click on the link below in the descriptions, do the workout, and start getting results. All right, if you haven't already, please click on that little bell here on YouTube, set your notifications so you never miss a free MEGAMACE workout. You can also subscribe, leave us a comment, give us the old thumbs up. We really appreciate that. But whatever you do, don't miss out on this free video so you can accelerate and start crushing those goals. I'm Mason Vendewald. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day. See you soon.